Capital News tonight. Heavy rain wreaks havoc in Arusha. A surveillance operation on Marburg virus contracts is underway in Kagera. And in sports, Tanzania's boxer Stumai Muki has been crowned Queen of the Ring after defeating Malawi's Chimwemwe Banda. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. First, the national news. Rain that fell for more than 6 hours last night has cut off road links in Ilkuhushuni and Olelieni villages, closed the Arusha-Nairobi highway for several hours and destroyed several houses. The rain also caused mud and flood over some cars in Garamtoni area in Arumeru district. We have not slept since at 1 a.m. last night. Our houses are engulfed by water. Our things have been destroyed by water. I am left with nothing, only these clothes that I am wearing.
Hapa tunafanya kazi ya mgawa. Kuna vitu vilikuwepo hapa, kuna jiko, kuna gesi, kuna viti, kuna meza za chips, vikabati vya chips na vitu vingine. Kwa kule juu mimi ninakoishi kuna mahali ambako mpaka ng'ombe wameondoka.
Kama mnavyoona, wakala wa barabara ameshaelekezwa na sasa anakuja mkandarasi na vifaa.
TANROADS has been directed to do the work and the contractor is on his way to come and clean this area.
Kwa saizi tuko hapa, tumeanza kuweza kuondoa udongo wote.
We have begun removing the soil. We have already got the contractor. He will be here soon.
Lakini pia tukague barabara yote tuone madhara makubwa yaliyotokana na mvua hii.
The government has started a surveillance operation on people who had come into contact with 5 patients who had died from the Marburg virus that was discovered last week in Bulinda and Butayaibega villages in Kagera region in order to contain the virus. 3 people affected by the virus are continuing with medical treatment, while 192 have been quarantined.
Na kati yao 89 ni watumishi wa afya.
Out of the 89 are health attendants and 104 are in our communities. Since we started doing the follow-ups, no one has shown any symptom among those who have had contact with those diagnosed with the disease. This shows that the disease has been contained so far. The numbers are still 8 patients that were diagnosed with the disease. 5 of them have died and there are no new cases.
Kwamba ugonjwa mpaka sasa umedhibitiwa na kwa hivyo ni dalili nzuri.
An agreement has been signed by the East Africa Crude Oil Project for construction of the oil pipeline from Hoima, Uganda to Tanga in Tanzania, and that the Wataturu tribe from Igunga district, Tabora region, to make sure the pipeline does not pass in an area used as a burial site in order to conserve traditions and customs of the tribe, which believes misfortunes will fall on them if they move the graves.
Madhara ambayo inaweza kutokea itakuwa sio nzuri, inaleta mambo ya dhambi, kwa hiyo maisha yetu.
According to our customs and traditions, it will be an abomination. A lot of bad things will happen to us.
Pale ingetokea kuwa chizi watu na kufa wengine.
Impacts of the act is that people will become mad and others even die, because those graves are homes of our forefathers who have been laid to rest.
And after some time, we agreed together to avoid that impact by rerouting the pipeline. Our engineering team reviewed the design of the pipeline route and found a way to avoid impacting Nyobongeda. We will also pay careful attention during construction to avoid and protect any spiritual sites close to the construction area.
Sisi kama TPDC tunasema kwamba ushirikiano huu.
As the PDC, we are calling for this cooperation to continue. Along the border between Tanzania and Mozambique have said that floods from Ruvuma River have destroyed rice and maize crops following heavy rains. They have called on the government to help them address the situation.
Hii inawasaidia tu kama bwana mimi nina shida chombo hicho basi anaturuhusia baadaye anakupa mahindi ya kula kidogo. Hayo alimwe hizo ndio basi. Hamtozani kwa sababu
kama hivi hapa mshatukuta mafao kama hivi vyakula ndio kama hivi vinaharibika kwa vile hata ile ndio sasa hivi unaona kwamba baadhi ya mzigo mmoja mmoja ndio tunaanza kutoa mahindi yale tunatoa kwenye maji. Kwa vile ndio kama hivyo inaendelea.
Kwa namna moja ama nyingine, manake eneo langu la vitongoji vya Migombani, vitongoji vya Mchangani, vitongoji
in Migombani, Mchangani, Mbuyuni, food crisis is big in those areas. In my ward, we face long periods of drought and now floods. This is not looking good for us.
Maji kwa mengi hivi, hali katika kata yangu sio mzuri pia. Kwa hiyo tunaomba kwenye mamlaka husika kwa sababu jambo limefikishwa kwa mkurugenzi kumwambia kwa taarifa, lakini mamlaka husika nazo zinaona kwa sababu.
The Minister of Finance and Planning, Dr. Mwigulu Nchemba, has thanked U.S. Export Finance for agreeing to fund several development projects in Tanzania that include expansion construction of Pemba Airport and roads in the island. The tribute was made by the minister during talks with the Executive Director of UK Export Finance, Trim Reid, at the institution's headquarters in London.
Our economy is more stable with ample opportunities. We have potential ranging from both infrastructure to productive sectors. We have dedicated agriculture in broad sense. There's agriculture, livestock and fisheries, together with the blue economy at the large perspective. The standard gauge level project with an average of over 1,219 kilometers. With Lot 5, which is recently signed, connecting to Uganda, and the Lot 6, which is also recently signed, connecting to Kigoma, that is the western part of Tanzania. These are strategic projects to our country, and on behalf of the government of the United Republic of Tanzania, we really wish to request UKEF to see the way you can participate with us in implementing these projects.
The UK exporting community to help deliver projects in your country, and we hope that we can work with you to have a really positive impact on the lives of many people in your community, and help to drive that infrastructure development. It's our privilege to be able to work with you, and I know you had a number of our team there earlier this year, and I think you may have me there later this year. So I look forward to a trip to come see what's going on the ground.
Sure.
The two projects that we're working on, that's our first priority. To make sure we take those forward, and it feels to me like good progress is being made on those projects.
Because for Zanzibar, these two projects has the amount of investment of such projects has never been in the history. So get to know that you are writing a history for Zanzibar right now. Two, of course, definitely we are all quite optimistic that, of course, we have quite a number of projects in Zanzibar and the mainland. In Zanzibar specifically, while we are talking of the opening up the airport, there we're talking of tourism development and so on and so forth. But we still have energy crisis.
Now, the Commissioner of the Population and Housing Census of 2022, former Speaker Annie Makinda, has said the census report is expected to be launched early next month. She made the statement in Dar es Salaam at the handover occasion of ICT equipment from the Chinese government of the office to the office of the National Bureau of Statistics.
Ndio tumesema mpaka sasa hivi Rais alitoa ile ripoti ya kwanza mwaka jana, ripoti nyingine ya pili itakiwa itolewe mwezi uliopita, lakini kwa sababu ya nafasi kuna mambo mengi yanayotokea wakati mmoja, lakini itatoka nafikiri mwezi ujao mapema. Hiyo itakuwa kama ile ya rais, lakini sasa hiyo itakuwa ya mikoa. Kila mkoa utakuwa na hesabu yake ya watu wake, wanawake, wanaume. Hii itaongeza na umri gani, na itaonyesha kabisa tuna taifa lina umri gani.
Our embassy donated desk computers, laptop computers and printers to the National Bureau of Statistics of the United Republic of Tanzania in order to support the NBS in capacity building and help improve the level of statistical work.
Na Tanzania tutaendelea kushirikiana katika maeneo mbalimbali ya maendeleo katika masuala ya sensa haya ambao sasa hivi tuko katika awamu ya tatu ile ya kuendelea kutathmini, kuchambua na baadaye kudisseminate result na matumizi yake, lakini vile vile na katika maendeleo yote ya sekta hii au ya eneo la statistic, lakini na maendeleo ya nchi zetu mbili kwa jumla.
And food and commercial crops farmers from Tanga and Pangani districts in Tanga region have asked the government to, in collaboration with the police force, to intervene on the insecurity situation caused by pastoralists taking their animals to graze on their farms and threatening them with various weapons.
Kwa sababu wangekuwa wanakuja labda hivi kusema hivi, lakini wanakuja na mafimbo sasa.
They come armed as if they are going to war with sticks. They beat us and their cattle eat our crops. I'm calling on the government to have closer look on the issue of farmers and herders. They bring their cattle in our farms by force, leaving us with no choice and left with nothing, although we depend on these activities to feed our families.
Wafugaji katika eneo hili wanasumbua sana wakulima, kwa maana kwamba wakulima wanapolima mazao yao.
The herders are troublesome in this area. Near the harvesting season, that is the moment for them to bring their cattle to graze in our farms, leaving farmers with nothing. Despite all the invested efforts, I have lost 12 hectares of my farm.
Kwa upande wa kwangu ni ekari 15 ambazo nimeshambulia.
And that is the end of national news. International news follows up next. Welcome back, and in international news tonight. The leader of the opposition coalition Azimio la Umoja in Kenya, Raila Odinga, has pledged to organize bigger demonstrations to the ever been held against the government, with a call to supporters to turn up and participate in peaceful protests aimed at pressurizing the government to reduce the high cost of living, with the Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua stressing that there will be no talks between the government and the opposition, as has been advised by religious leaders.
All that Azimio is looking for with regard to electoral justice is the truth. The truth includes the opening of the servers for a forensic audit of the election results, tangible actions by the regime to lower the cost of living, restoring the subsidies on fuel, electricity, education, and food, stopping the unilateral reconstitution of the IEBC, reinstating the 4 IEBC commissioners, ending the tribalization of the public service appointments, and cancelling the appointments of 51 CAS or CASs, that is no constitutional basis. We are aware that the regime is moving ahead to privatize state parastatals without the authority of parliament. We call on our members of parliament to stand firmly against this illegality, to give away crucial national assets without public oversight.
Now, Ethiopia's Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed has established an interim administration for the Horn of Africa country's northern region of Tigray. The interim administration was set up by the upper chamber of Ethiopia's parliament and appointed Tigray People's Liberation Front delegate Getachew Reda as head of the interim administration. Thursday's move comes a day after Ethiopia's parliament voted to remove the TPLF from a list of terrorist organizations. And that is the end of international news. Business news is next after this short break. We'll be right back. And in business news tonight, bus owners have called on the government to reduce import duty on buses, which has gone up from 40 million shillings to 90 million shillings, causing many of them fail to operate their businesses. We are calling on the government to reduce charges. We used to pay 40 to 50 million shillings. Now we are paying up to 90 million shillings for one bus. That's why many people fail to engage in the transportation business.
Vipengele vingi kwa wawekezaji, kwa sababu wenzetu wanakuja kuwekeza, wanategemea sasa watakapokuwa wanaingia kukawa na process nyingi za wao kuwekeza, tunawakwamisha.
Bus business is very complicated. You cannot only offer the bus, sit in the bus, and just leave it. No, you must make sure that all of the service must be followed up.
The government of Zanzibar has said that its doors are opened to investors to look for investment opportunities in various sectors, including the blue economy. The call was made by the President, Dr. Hussein Ali Mwinyi, and Chairman of the Revolutionary Council at State House Zanzibar during talks with investors from the UK. Moving on, coffee farmers in Rombo District, Kilimanjaro region have urged the government to increase subsidized fertilizer agents due to their shortage, a situation that is causing farmers to buy fertilizer from neighboring Kenya.
Ruzuku nyingine tunazopata kama za pembejeo nazo wakati mwingine zinakuja kwa kuchelewa badala ya kuja kwa wakati unaofanana. Unakuta msimu wetu hapa unaanza Oktoba.
Another subsidy that reaches to us late is agriculture inputs. For example, our planting season is October. We get fertilizer in November. Such acts contributes in poor yields.
Tumeona kuna fursa ya chama cha ushirika kuweza kuwa wakala wa pembejeo za.
We saw the opportunity of cooperative unions to be agriculture inputs agents for inputs that are given by the government. We have called on the board and management to work on that, since in Kilimanjaro there are only 2 agents.
Ni wawili tu. Kwa hiyo ni fursa kwa vyama vya ushirika ambavyo vinapatikana halmashauri ya wilaya ya Rombo kuchangamkia hii fursa.
And that is the end of business news. Sports news follows up shortly. Welcome back, and in sports news. Stumai Moki from the Battlefield Boxing Camp has been crowned the Queen of the Ring after defeating Chimwemwe Banda from Malawi last night at the Ubungo Plaza Hall in Dar es Salaam.
Mwenyezi Mungu nimemaliza salama na ushindi umebaki Tanzania kama nilivyoahidi Watanzania wenzangu kwamba huu ni mwezi wa wanawake na nimewakilisha vizuri nadhani mwezi wa wanawake unaishia mwishoni, na mimi nimesema nitaufunga mwezi huu wa wanawake kwa ushindi mnono, na nashukuru Mwenyezi Mungu nimeahidi ahadi yao.
Kinachotakiwa kufanyika zaidi ni kuwa mwendelezo wa hizi mechi za kike. Ingawa tuna mechi za kiume zitakuwa zinaendelea, lakini za kike zile peke yake ambazo itakuwa ina mvuto mkubwa zaidi kama ulivyoona mvuto wa leo. Na hisi kuna kitu kitafanyika zaidi hapo, kwa sababu unaona wanawake walijaa sana kuliko hata wanaume.
Washukuru washabiki wote kwa sababu mkutano tutegemea kama wanawake wangekuwa wengi siku ya leo, wangeacha shughuli zao. Japo na wanaume wamekuja, nashukuru sana. Pia nashukuru viongozi wa serikali, ma NGOs, wadhamini na watu wote wamekuja kusupport katika pambano hili. Kwa kwanza Tanzania na Afrika Mashariki kwa kuandaa wanawake watupu.
Over 100 golfers are expected to compete at the Lugalo Dar es Salaam golf courses on Saturday and Sunday this week in the 2023 NBC Open Golf Tournament, which will feature professionals, juniors and veterans.
And we expect to have all clubs, golf clubs in Tanzania, which are Mosh Club, Arusha Gymkhana, Dar es Salaam Gymkhana, Mufindi, Zanzibar Gymkhana, and Morogoro Gymkhana.
And we are proud to be a part and a parcel of Lugalo Club because for us, NBC, we take sports as a ways to earn income for the people. As you know, we are the main sponsor of Tanzania Premier League, which now is known as NBC Premier League, and whereby we have experienced a lot of job creation has been made through the sponsorship of Premier League. So the same we expect for Lugalo, for the golf course, for the golf sports, which it also...
I'm the head of corporate affairs for SBC Pepsi Tanzania. We're very honored to be part sponsorship of this Lugalo Golf Open. As you know, Lugalo Golf Club is a club that's got a development program going on, and we're always proud to be associated with that because golf is a game that is now growing in Tanzania.
And Tanzania will celebrate the World Kabaddi Day tomorrow as organized by the Tanzania Kabaddi Association in collaboration with the Indian High Commission.
Tanzania tutakuwa na program mbalimbali kushirikiana na vilabu vya kabadi vya mashule na vya kawaida, ambavyo tutakuwa na mechi za mwisho ambazo zitafanyika pale kituo cha utamaduni ubalozi wa India Masaki. Kwa hiyo programu hii itaanza kuanzia tunategemea ianze saa 7 ya mchana na itaisha mpaka saa 11.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin for tonight. My name is Khadija Zimbwe. Thank you for watching and good night.